This episode of the After Run Bourbon Club is brought to you by the Phoenix 10K and Marathon. One thing that we love here at the Bourbon Table is just how popular running has become. There are more people spending time outside and in running communities, which has been amazing to witness. Another benefit is that running allows you to explore new places. If you're considering a race in the fall, whether you're a seasoned runner or new in your running journey, the Phoenix 10K and Marathon in Phoenix, Arizona on November 8th is definitely one to consider. In its 51st year, the marathon takes you on a scenic tour of North Phoenix and Paradise Valley. Not only that, but the average temperature in Phoenix in November is 65 degrees, which is perfect for running a marathon. Want to get your kids involved? Well, there's also a race for them, the Mullen Mile, a 1-mile fun run for all kids ages 3 through 12. As someone who grew up and developed my love for running in Phoenix, Arizona, I can honestly say that there is no better time to run in Phoenix than November. And if you do this race, you will absolutely ask yourself why you hadn't done it before. And as a thank you for listening to the After Run Bourbon Club, the Phoenix 10K and Marathon is offering you 30% off your registration when you use code ARBC30 at checkout. So you really have no reason not to sign up. So head over to phoenix10k.com and secure your bib for this amazing fall marathon. That's phoenix10k.com. And don't forget to use code ARBC30 at checkout to save 30% on your registration. Cheers. And now on to the episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the After Run Bourbon Club, brought to you by Castle on the Hill Productions. My guest today really started taking running seriously during the COVID shutdown and has already run 2 world marathon majors. She's originally from Wales and she grew up a dancer, but this year she is one of the ambassadors for this year's Cherry Blossom 10-mile race. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Katie Dallimore. How you doing, Katie?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the Bourbon Table. How's your day been?
It's good. It had a very early start at 5:30.
That's so early. What were you doing up so early?
I was with Stumpy at the Cherry Blossom. We had a little content creation morning because he's doing a whole Instagram thing. So.
Yeah. He's the Instagram takeover this weekend for Cherry Blossom.
Yeah. It was fun.
Which, for those people who don't know, Stumpy is the Cherry Blossom 10-mile race mascot. So he's a little cherry blossom tree. Mm-hmm. We're here today at the Bourbon Table. Mm-hmm. And what is your experience with bourbon?
Limited.
Okay.
I think anytime I've ever tasted it, it's just very strong. So I don't casually drink it.
Fair.
But I love to try things and learn about them.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Good. I love that. Well, you're going to learn a lot today.
I bet I will.
And hopefully, and I've told this to a few people, when they leave here, they have a great appreciation for bourbon, which I think is just something that I take pride in having this show and this collection and sharing it with my friends. So, yeah. So we can enjoy bourbon together.
Yes.
You ready?
I am.
Nervous?
A little bit, but I think that's helpful because if I'm most nervous about tasting the bourbon, then that's fine. Okay.
Well, we're going to start with the one on the inside of the table here. And this one is called Buffalo Trace. So Buffalo Trace is a 90 proof bourbon. I will say, to get you started, since you're fairly new to this, take a little tiny sip, swish that around your mouth. What that's going to do is numb your pain receptors. And then on the second sip, you'll be able to really fully enjoy those flavor profiles.
All right.
Okay. Cheers. Flavor profile is vanilla, mint, brown sugar, spice, oak, leather, toffee, and candied fruit.
I can feel it numbing the pain receptor.
Yeah.
It's like breathing fire.
A little bit. Yeah, that first one is a little bit rough. But I promise you it does get better now that things will be a little more numb.
There's a sweetness.
Okay. Yeah, I think
in the fire.
I think you will get more of that sweetness on the second sip, I promise.
I thought it was coming for the longest time, and I was like, I think I'm just like slowly. Okay.
Okay.
I can
All right,
do
here we
this.
go. You got it.
Okay, that's better.
Right? Not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, I just need to have a second sip every time I've done this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The first one was too much every time.
Yeah. Of course. Every time, like, people do this leisurely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Well, let's get into the questions while we're sipping on this first one. So first, let me say, and I might butcher this. Croese ir shoe. Maybe. Don't come for me. Which is Welsh for welcome to the show.
That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. So you immigrated to the U.S. with your family when you were 6, right? And so I know you're very proud of your Welsh heritage. And you're currently in the process of learning Welsh.
Yeah.
How is that going?
Ooh. It's funny. In Wales, everyone takes Welsh in school. So, like, it's kind of like a lot of people there who don't grow up in a family that speaks Welsh as their first language. They say, like, I'm not fluent, I'm not a native speaker, because they're like, my family doesn't speak it at home normally, we speak English. But when you're there, like, their pronunciation of everything is perfect, and like, even if they can't speak to you like fully in Welsh, like, you know, they just don't realize like how much they have it within them.
Sure.
That being said, I went to school here for the most part. So I don't have that. And I think that and losing the accent, like, it is a very tall mountain that I'm trying to summit. And I've just gotten out of the car and like started trekking.
Yeah. You're at the trailhead of this long mountainous climb.
I'm excited and optimistic, but like then I'll see how far I have to go sometimes with like the language, the grammar, the mutations, and being like, oh, there's like so much I'm not even remotely aware I have coming up. And it's so hard. The letters are so hard to get your brain around, and but at the same time it's very rewarding. And like I'll listen to a song or like I'll see a post and I'm like, I could never pick out 2 words of a paragraph before. And now I can.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hear you're doing Duolingo to do
I've been doing a lot of Duolingo because it helps on the days where I'm like not super focused on it. Like right now I've been running a ton and trying to think about that. Then it's that daily practice, which I feel like is so important with learning a language.
Oh, for sure.
And then other times I'm like trying to immerse myself, whether it be through content creators who only speak in Welsh or listening to music. That's been a new one. Learned a lot about pronunciation and things I was doing wrong that way. But it's helpful.
Yeah, well, I mean, in preparing for today, I was looking up a little bit about the Welsh language, and I mean, depending on where the letters land in a word, changes the sound and the intonation of that specific letter, not just the word in itself, which is just mind-blowing because you can have that be in 3 different words and all sound different in every single word. Like I thought I had it down for certain letters, and then because it's so hard to look at especially vowels and just know that they're different and force yourself after seeing it a certain way your whole life to think of it differently. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, no. If that's like following this, it's different. Right,
completely
exactly.
Different,
yeah.
You know? And you should know that.
Obviously.
Yeah, duh. So that's tough.
Okay. I read a New York Times article recently that was specifically talked about a man who was learning how to speak Welsh because his mother pretty much only spoke Welsh, but he had moved to the U.S. and kind of lost some of that language. And one of the things that I think stuck out to me was just how few Welsh speakers there are today. Like, it's a language that it's slowly kind of faded. That there seems to be a resurgence in wanting to learn Welsh, but because of how much it was like, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it was illegal to speak Welsh. So, and because of the punishments that would come from that, like people would get like paddled or whatever like that. It's crazy. Like, I think it's cool that people are wanting to bring that back and bring back that heritage. And as I immigrated from Mexico and grew up most of my life speaking Spanish, but as I've gotten older and I've gotten away from some of the Spanish speakers, I've had a hard time remembering some of my Spanish language. So I'm trying to get back into it as well.
It's so crazy how that happens.
It is.
Because
it
it's
is.
like, when you're immersed in it, I would imagine like it's so second nature that you're like not even.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I can't imagine not doing, being this. How is it not effortless?
Right,
and then,
exactly.
And then time passes.
It's definitely one of those skills. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I felt that way about calculus, except I was never that effortless.
No, calculus was insane. No, I'm glad I don't have to do calculus these days. Like, I'm doing some like work around here, and I'm just doing like simple math, and even that, I'm like,
yeah. And I'm like, genuinely, like I can't do it.
right? I'm like, fractions? No, thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah, learning the Welsh language feels, one, that I'm connecting with my culture after a long time of being distant from it and kind of not knowing where to place myself in terms of where am I from, who am I,
Yeah.
and then also it's political. And I think the more I learned about that too, and the laws that were passed, I mean, it was just seen as like immoral to speak it. It was holding Wales back. They weren't considering like that people were speaking fluent Welsh and were actually highly educated. I think it was one of the most literate countries during this time. This is like the mid 1800s, and Wales was one of the most literate countries. But to them, they were just like, but it's not, English speaking, and they're not doing the laws, they're not holding court in English.
Yeah.
And so English became our official language via, England.
Right.
And they said. And then, it was highly discouraged, almost died out completely.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you're, a Welsh person and you have kids and all of the jobs you need to be an English speaker for, if you want to move up in the world, you need to speak English. Why are you going to take the time to teach your native language when it's not giving your kids the best chance to get a better job than you ever had and do well for their families,
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would you prioritize that? So it makes sense as to why it started to die out, but then we almost lost a huge part of our culture, and that's very sad.
It's very sad, but people like you are trying to bring it back.
So painfully. I feel like a native speaker, I think it's culturally, like when you see people making the effort and trying, it's like, it's not the same as like being in Paris and speaking French, maybe. Where they're like, well, let me tell you why this was completely wrong.
Right, yes.
But they're excited about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I think when other people like would hear it, they're like, wow, that's like so great. And then like my cousin like definitely was like, oh, like, well, when you say this, like, maybe like make sure like you're pronouncing it this way because that's like not quite right.
Yes. And I know my pronunciation was not quite right.
It's a tough language. I mean, people forget, like, it's, when you look at, like, the language tree and where all languages stem from and from what, English comes from, like, the Germanic branch of languages. Celtic broke off from that a long time ago. It's so different. And it has some, like, Latin influence from, like, the Romans, but at the same time, it's, like, not remotely. It doesn't look like English.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, but I think it's incredible that you're trying to learn your language from when you were a child, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's been a journey.
Yeah, I bet. Well, good luck on that journey. I hope it continues to get easier as the words start to become more familiar.
Yeah, I hope so. I feel like it comes and goes, and there are some things that are fun to say. My mom always used to say to me growing up, "Doing hoffy coffee," which is a favorite of a lot of people. It just means I like coffee. But But it sounds so nice.
It does. It does. It's cute. No, I love that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we're done with the first one.
I liked it.
Yeah?
That was really nice.
Feels good?
I think my boyfriend really likes that one. He always seems to have a buffalo trace. He's always like, smell it. And I was like, don't even bring it near me. Like, but maybe now.
Yeah, now.
I'll be like, actually, I know.
Yeah, you guys can enjoy it together maybe.
Just need to do the pain receptor thing first.
Exactly. Kill the pain receptors or numb them. They're not dead. They'll come back. They'll come back. All right, on to the second.
Okay.
We have here a Woodford Reserved Double Oaked. This is 90.4 proof, so not much more than the last one. So this one's a little bit sweeter, so you might like it a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Cheers.
Cheers.
The flavor profile for this one is vanilla, honey, chocolate, toasted oak, caramel, spice, hazelnut, and baked fruit.
That's really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice and sweet, nice and smooth.
Was this a higher proof than the Buffalo Trace?
It's by 0.4, so barely. Yeah.
I was going to say, because it tastes like way less burny.
Yes, yeah. I think it's because it is aged a little bit longer. It's so they finish it in one barrel, or they distill it in one barrel, then they finish it in another barrel, so it gives it an additional flavor profile. So I think that takes some of the heat out of it.
Is that where like all of the oak and the wood tastes are the barrels? Is that?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if it's like a burnt or toasted oak,
Yes.
is it like a burnt barrel or
So
like?
yes. So yeah, what they do, pretty much every barrel is burnt to a specific like range. So some of them are just quickly, lightly burnt. Some of them are like deeply like charcoal. And that range in the burn also will affect how the flavor comes out of the...
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of experimentation people have done over time.
Absolutely. And
That's
still
really
to this
cool.
day,
Yeah.
like these distillers are coming out with new styles and new recipes and all kinds of stuff. So again, that's why the collection, because there are just so many varieties that you can find out there.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember you said in a previous episode, this might be wrong, so you might have to correct me, that was bourbon one of the first things that was like officially regulated in the US by like the FDA or something, because people were just making stuff and then saying buy it and you had no idea what was in it?
Pretty much, yeah. So it is the only spirit in America that is regulated by constitutional law determines what exactly makes a bourbon. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And it makes it, it's actually funny because today I was watching this clip from a comedian, Jim Gaffigan, talking about how he loves bourbon. And because it's a uniquely American spirit, it makes him feel a little more patriotic.
It's a cool thing. Like, Scotland has Scotch, which is great. It's like, it's cool when you have something where you can like really, you can only get it here and it's the best of the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That is something to be patriotic about.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit. A little something. A little something out there. All right, question number 2. So you did not grow up a runner necessarily. Your dad, though, apparently was a little bit of a runner, right? Instead, you were a dancer growing up, and you were on your high school's Palms team.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up to dance? First, let's start there.
It was... I wouldn't change it for the world.
Sure.
I think it gives you a lot of great life skills growing up dancing. You have a good center of balance. When you go to weddings, like, you're not afraid to dance in front of everybody. If they're trying to get the dance floor going, like, I don't care about looking silly because I have many times. So I think it's great. But I never learned to run. Like most sports, you learn to run.
Yeah.
Which sounds simple, but if you don't do it, like you feel kind of silly. You don't know how to do it. Your posture's all weird. It was a learning experience, and it's also not really, it's a team sport in that you're dancing alongside people. You can be working with them, and doing the dance team in high school was much more team sports and less competitive with each other, because it's also like you want to get a good spot. You want to, be in a certain amount of dances. If you're in a dance company, it's very competitive. So it was a learning experience, and it was really fun, and I wouldn't change it. But I do wish I had also tried something else on top of it looking back.
Yeah.
But I met some of my best friends through it, and it's really helpful at weddings, like I said, and other social events.
So obviously you still dance at social events, but do you do any like competitive dancing still or no?
No, I would definitely want to try like taking a ballroom class or something, because I think that's really fun. But I do think the competing part of it is behind me. I was never going to be like the next amazing dancer. My legs are far too short, and there are people who are just infinitely more talented than I was.
Sure.
But I have a lot of appreciation for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Okay, but I did hear about a story though.
Okay.
All right, you went to nationals for Poms, but somehow you ended up getting stuck in Alabama. How does one get stuck in Alabama, Katie?
Well, I don't even know how we qualified for nationals. Okay. I say this with like such love.
Yeah.
Because I loved the girls on my team, and we had so much fun together. But I think we must have submitted a video of us like doing one of our dances. I think that was like the application. It was kind of like we're just throwing in our names. Like that would be really fun to go to nationals. Like let's try and do it. And I think my fellow teammates will agree. And we were like, yeah, like it'll be fun. Gets accepted, which I mean a lot of people go. But it's obviously national, so it's really competitive.
Yeah.
And there are definitely people who are doing it who are like definitely on a competition team, but like they've pretended or passed somehow as a school. Okay, I'm not actually saying that, but I feel like that's what it felt like.
Sure,
like, I remember, okay, so then we're at the airport, and I remember this so vividly of like, the news is saying this massive blizzard is coming in. It must have been like February. And we were just, you know when you feel like that sense of doom of just like, this cannot go smoothly.
Right,
like school's already canceled for the next few days. Like there's no way we're flying out. So I think it was out of BWI, and we were supposed to go straight to Orlando. And it was like the worst experience of like, we board the plane, everything's delayed. So we don't move for a long time. Then you have to de-ice, then re-de-ice, then re-de-ice. Then at one point, the pilots came on and said, we've actually, like, with FAA guidelines, have timed out. So we're going to have to get
new pilots, a whole new crew.
Never left the plane, like, for hours. And, like, it's a bunch of, like, 15-year-old girls who are looking around like, this is, like, my worst nightmare. Like, we need to get off this plane. And then we finally go, but we get, like, diverted to Birmingham because of the weather, I guess. We have to find a hotel, but there was a huge parade. I think they were celebrating MLK Jr., but I don't remember why. There was like
Is it like the
anniversary
March of on Selma?
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember like every hotel was booked up basically.
Sure. Yeah.
So we like slept. It was like me and like 3 of my other teammates on one like little full bed in the hotel.
Oh no.
Like I'm like the one who's like going the other ways. Everyone else was like feet around my head. Worst night of sleep of my life. Then we are woken up so early because our coach wants to get to the airport and like whatever flight we can get on to get to Orlando, we get there. Somehow we eventually get there and we show up. We look awful and we're like so disheveled, and we have to perform one of our dances that day.
Yeah.
And I remember like walking around the hotel to like check in, and all the other girls there, full face of makeup, slick back bun. They're walking in formation with like their hands behind their back.
Oh my gosh.
And we look so bad. We're like backpacks slung on and like, oh my God, we're like breaking out, glasses on, like hair's a mess. Like it was awful.
It's like a scene out of a movie. Like the school that wasn't supposed to be there is surrounded by all these pros looking.
And it was like if we like were better, which like we weren't bad, like in terms of like our local area and stuff, like we did a good job. Like normally states we did fine, like we're good, but this is nationals and like we thing. I think we got second to last because one of the teams didn't show up.
Second to last by default.
I feel like we like performed and it was like not only just like not to the caliber of anybody else, but like we just, our hearts weren't in it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it
was hard.
After that kind of travel, I'm sure you guys had like just all the energy was just to be there, not even to perform.
It was so bad. But then we were excited because then we got to hang out and go to the parks because we didn't have to, like, we didn't move on to anything else. So we were like, free vacation.
Nice,
like, let's go on some roller coasters.
And where was the actual event? If you guys got stuck in Alabama.
Yeah, it was at Disney World.
Oh, okay.
That year,
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, yeah, you guys
It was awesome for the rest of it.
Yeah, for the rest of the time.
I'm not heartbroken over our loss.
Yeah, I'm going to go ride all the rides. Absolutely.
It works out to lose sometimes.
Sometimes, yes, for sure. All right. Well, that's a cool story, though. And I'm glad that you have that experience, and also the fact that you're a good dancer now, because I am not. So. All right, number 2's done. Better than the first?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But both were pretty good.
Okay, cool. Nice. On to number 3.
Okay.
So this one is called Town Branch Maple Barrel Stout. This one is 94 proof. Cheers. The flavor profile for this one is maple, cocoa, brown sugar, and cherry.
I don't think I tasted any of that, but like it was nice.
Yeah. Do you have any flavors that you think you can identify in there?
I think my like taste receptors have been affected.
Oh, okay.
But like
Fair.
it went down like pretty smoothly.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I got like a tiny bit of like fruitiness.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of that like tart cherry that I get kind of more in the back of my throat and than on the tip of my tongue. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that.
Same. Yeah, for sure. All right, question number 3. So you have a very unique interest in meteorology.
Who said this?
Apparently, as a kid, you were very curious about tornadoes and are still interested to this day. So what is it about tornadoes that you find so fascinating?
Okay. This is not what I meant by like personal fun facts. So when I was, I think probably like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
This was before I moved to the US. I had a friend. I feel like we all have this friend. I love her. She's very sweet. But she was the youngest of 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I'm the oldest. I have a little sister. And I think the difference between like the youngest sibling and the oldest sibling in families is one is exposed to like anything, you know, pop culture, music, whatever, like way more, and kind of like has a little bit more of a mature taste. Whereas like the older one is like kind of like a little bit maybe stunted in that way for a while as a kid.
Yeah.
And so she was definitely the friend of like where I would see like the movies that my parents maybe wouldn't show me and things like that.
Yeah.
And so we were at her house and she was like, I gotta show you this movie. It's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, yeah, sure, what? She was like, it's great. You see cows flying.
Twister.
And the opening of Twister is the protagonist. Her, she's a little girl, and basically like no tornado sirens go off. The Weather Channel's like saying like tornado alert, but you know, in the way that you hear like tornado sirens go off in like the Midwest now, it didn't happen. I think she lives in like Oklahoma is what they were saying. And there was like a huge tornado at night, and her family, her parents and her had to run to like their storm shelter, which is outside of their house, you know, very scary. And then they're in the storm shelter, but then like the door opens and the dad goes to try and close it. He actually is pulled out of the storm shelter and passes away. That's as far as I made it.
No cows for you.
No.
You're like, this is not funny whatsoever.
I was traumatized, and I like couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah.
And my my parents were definitely just like, I can't believe this has happened. Like, we don't get many tornadoes in Wales. But I remember when I was told like we're moving to America, the first thing I asked was like, aren't there tornadoes there? And they can't. I guess, well, they could lie, and they didn't. And they were like, well, yes. But, like, probably not really where we're going, and it'll be fine. So it kind of, like, started with, like, a deep-rooted fear, which I still have nightmares, actually, of, like, tornadoes. they've never really stopped. Especially when I'm like stressed out, they come back. And usually it's like convincing a lot of other people that we need to like find shelter and safety. And of course no one's mobilizing like I am. And it's like so frustrating and stressful. But it turned into like, I watched a lot of Storm Chasers on the Discovery Channel with my dad. And we were very into that. All of my like science projects in school were like related to it, like creating clouds or like tornado damage, depending on like how urban an area is things like just kept going. And then, is it what I studied in school after? No, but I mean, I think there's a lot of science that I was just not that committed to, but it is like, I still love the excitement but also the awe that you have of them. And I think they're fascinating. I also think they're really interesting in terms of like culture in the Midwest and the way that people like, you know, when there's a tornado warning here, people are like, whoa.
Right.
Like, and it's like exciting and like a little daunting, whereas like happens all the time there and they sit out on their porch and like look for it.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, this is not going to be a tornado.
So I think like it's fascinating. And then I'm turning 30 next year and I sent my dad like a tornado trip you can take.
You're going to be a storm chaser?
Well, yeah, with a professional, of course.
Sure, yeah,
and it was like, want to come with? He's like, we'll think about it.
Yeah, that's definitely something that you're going to want to think about because there is an element of danger in storm chasing.
There is, and I would say with the weather changing and with climate change, it's only gotten worse. And like we're getting tornadoes in places we haven't seen before, and we're getting like more EF5s, and it's pretty fascinating. And like those things are, I mean, huge tornadoes to that scale are quite rare, but it's turning into like, and the whole scale of like, okay, now it's gonna do. See, it's happening. It's a whole like thing about how it's measured and like how much damage it actually does. It's not just based on wind speed, which is fascinating, but also kind of a problem when it comes to like insurance and like those. It's all political, but I think it's really interesting like how that is affected then by like politics and the economy and how we deal with these natural disasters, and would it change how we continue to treat the environment or at what point are we like, this has gone too far?
Right, no, that's definitely interesting. And I knew that there was a scale. I didn't think I realized it went up to 5. I feel like in Twister, they only talk about how it goes up to 4. So maybe it's gone up to 5 since that movie was made, but I don't know. But yeah, I remember seeing Twister for the first time. I think I was pretty young as well. But I grew up in Arizona, and we don't get many tornadoes in Phoenix. But we did get one year, and that was the craziest thing.
Really?
Yeah. My trash can blew down the street. That was the extent of the damage. So it was like a less than a 1 maybe, but it's interesting scientifically and politically. Yeah,
and they're like, I don't know, they're so large, and like I feel like to see one in person from a very safe distance and it not being like a really, really bad one would be fascinating and very like, you know, you can't imagine what it would be like a few hundred years ago or like 1,000 years ago to be a human, and like how would you look at that? How would you perceive that? You know, that would have me believing all kinds of things if they're like, you know, like it's just amazing to imagine like how nature creates something like that just because there's a certain amount of hot air in a place surrounded by cold air. That's it.
That's all it takes. No, it's very, very fascinating for sure.
Yes.
Follow-up question to the movie. Did you ever go back and finish the movie Twister?
I did many, many years later, and it was really good. And I didn't laugh at the cows, though, because that makes me sad. I always think of the wildlife, too. It's sad. How do you explain it to them? It's horrible. But I did see that, and then I did see the follow-up Twisters in theaters.
And how was that one?
That one was good. I appreciated, like, the callbacks to the original without being, like, too obvious about it. And I also could see like what inspiration from like certain famous tornadoes they were taking from a little bit, and then I was like leaning over to my boyfriend being like, this is like El Reno, and he's like, stop. Like
It's like, you know too much about
Yeah,
tornadoes.
he's like, I just want to watch it. It's fine.
No, that's very cool. Wow. No. The things that really like stick with you and fascinate you, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it would be the same if I wasn't like traumatized by the movie. But I'm like, it's just weird to have like dreams of like a natural disaster, which very much does impact people and change their lives, and they have real like PTSD from it. I'm like, it feels so silly to like watch a movie about that and then be like, and I have nightmares to this day.
Yeah. Well, actually, that reminds me, we just had a pretty bad like, well, it was the tornado warnings like 3 weeks ago. There was. Do you get stressed when there are tornado warnings here in the DC area?
I feel like it's such a mix of like stress and excitement at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like had like a live stream of the weather like on the TV while also having like a Doppler set up on my laptop, and like it was just
You fully nerded out about
Yeah.
it. No, that's okay. That makes sense.
and
yeah.
but it's nice because then I'll text like my family group chat, and then my dad will be like, yep, looking at it too. Like
Nice. That's great that you have that like to connect with. Yeah.
It's so it's just really him and I going back and forth,
Yeah.
and everyone else ignoring it.
No, I love that. Incredible. Yeah.
I'm glad you find it incredible.
No, I do. I really do, because like it's I mean, science is cool. Like growing up, people were like, "Oh, you like science and that kind of stuff. You're such a nerd." But like, it actually is really cool to like understand how the world around you works.
Yes, exactly. And I think other natural disasters like have an element of cool to them too, but there's something so odd about tornadoes.
Yeah.
Like that they can be so small and skinny and little needles, or they can be like multiple miles wide,
Yeah.
and it's just like this inconceivable like wall. Your brain can even like see the whole thing.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
so crazy.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and it gives you another thing to connect with your dad about other than running.
Which is important for him and I.
Yeah. Well, you can only talk about running so much.
You'd be surprised, actually.
Really?
Well, your family runs too, right?
Yes. Yeah. Big runner family. Yeah.
I feel like anyone who's like an outsider coming into that is like, I didn't know you could talk about it for this long. This is crazy.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. You get real detailed in running.
Yeah.
But no, sometimes it's nice to not have to talk about running. Yeah. I can focus on bourbon instead.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right. Number 3 down. Did you ever get any of those flavors or no? No cherry, no
I think I got
chocolate?
like a little bit of the cherry.
Okay.
And I feel like the chocolate was like the smoothness I was feeling.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
A plus.
A plus. All right, on to number 4. This is a Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch bottled in bond. And this one is going to be probably the spiciest one you're going to taste today. It is 100 proof.
Oh. I think I get a little orange.
Yeah, I think you will too. Yeah. Cheers. The flavor profile for this one is caramel corn, butterscotch, oak, licorice, cherry, orange, and spices. Hey, there it is.
Yeah. It didn't happen right away, so I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
like just like the others. No, it's not.
No, it kicks you as it goes down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is something.
Besides the kick, though, any flavors?
I feel like I got a little orange.
Yeah, it's a very, very citrusy, I find.
Which that part is nice, is the
burn. The fire.
Yeah. But I feel like because I've had some before,
Yeah.
if I had had that first, I probably would have been like, and that's a wrap.
Yeah. No, that's why we start a little bit lower and we move our way up.
Yes.
Yeah. Ease people into it.
This is well thought out.
Oh, I have thought about it plenty. Trust me. Yeah. Okay. So, 4th question. You really started running. You started taking it really seriously in 2020 during the COVID pandemic, right? And so there were a lot of changes going on. One of those changes is that you also moved in with a roommate, Laura, right? So the two of you basically became training partners. There are also a little bit of growing pains from what I hear. And maybe the two of you didn't agree on how to lock a door.
I can't believe we should bring this up. It's so rude. I've just officially apologized for this too, so it's crazy she would bring it up now.
What exactly? So explain to me that first. Let's go with what are the differences? How should one lock a door, in your opinion?
So Laura and I met going into like our senior year of college. We were in the same kind of friend group, or we had a mutual friend, and we met each other, kind of realized like we were both staying over the summer in the same apartment building before senior year. Kind of like we'll hang out, like you say to people.
Sure.
And then we actually ended up doing that because no one else was around. And we became very fast friends. And then us and one of our other dear friends, we all moved to an apartment together in Capitol Hill.
Okay.
And it was awesome. Life was great. We're just starting like our adult jobs. And we made it. How many months was that? Like from October 2019 to March 2020 when everything shut down.
Like 6 months.
6 months of normalcy, and then like the whole world shut down, and our other roommate, her and her now husband, actually did things right and went to the beach for a good chunk of that.
Nice.
How nice for them.
Yeah.
And Laura and I were just kind of in our apartment, and we had been going like to the gym and doing like those HIIT workout classes and stuff together. We were trying to like do that transition of like college life and having fun to like, okay, now I'm working a 9 to 5 and I would like to be able to like be a little more fit and like, you know, have a routine and take care of myself. And because that stopped, the only option really was like walking and running outside. And if you're not leaving your apartment, it's nice to go out.
Yeah.
And we started doing that, and it was sometimes we would do it together, other times we go separately, but then we would like tell each other like, oh, like I made it to, you know, the Washington Monument, and like that was so cool. It was really exciting because we could like celebrate each other's like little wins of distances, and
that's awesome.
then do it together when we weren't super motivated, which is so important. Sometimes you just have like an accountability person.
Absolutely.
So for the most part, it was great, but it was also kind of funny because like, you know, Laura and I are great friends, but we hadn't known each other like extensively. We had only really been friends for like a little over a year at this point. And now we're like spending every waking moment together and doing like
it's a huge
everything
change.
together.
Absolutely.
And I think we handled it like super well, and like sure we would like bicker about little things, which this is one of those things. But we never like, I think we both grew together and learned a lot about ourselves and each other and just how to handle conflict when you're, you know, quarantined with someone and no one ever tells you how to handle that.
No, right? Yeah, like why would they?
Exactly. So that was like quite a learning experience. But so for this story, our apartment had like just a regular lock, and I have always struggled with locking doors and keys like my whole life. I don't think it's ever been easy for me. Not the strongest like fingers, to be honest.
Okay. And, you need that little tensile strength.
Yeah, and it was like a particularly like annoying lock where like I think you had to like click it like extra hard, and like it had like kind of done it, but it wasn't fully locked, but it was like good enough. And so, but like, you know, she's like waiting on the stairs. It was like a 4th floor, you know, walk up, no elevator. So if anyone's gonna break in, like if they're making the effort to come all the way up, like whatever, go for it. Like that's how I viewed it at the time, like whatever. And so like I think we just like both were having a rough time. It was probably one of those times where I was like, no, like everything's extended even longer, and we're like, our lives are over, and our 20s are gone, and whatever. And so I like lock the door. It doesn't make like the proper locking noise. It makes a half noise.
Sure.
She's like, is it locked? And I'm like, it's locked. And like, we have like a back and forth. And then she's like, I just don't think it's locked. And like comes up and like, and we like ran in silence. I think it was the fastest run we'd ever done to that point.
Yeah.
And we get to like our midway point by the Washington Monument, and sometimes we would take like a walking break there just to like, you know, because we're like still like learning how to run and stuff, you know, running, walking and stuff. And it was kind of like a moment of like I'm really tired.
You guys
Sorry. That just really pissed me off.
y'all just like push the pace the whole way.
Yeah, because we were both like so mad, and it was like, there's no way you're going to be like running ahead of me right now,
Yeah,
like after
yeah,
that behavior.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah, so it was like one of those, and it was just like looking back, like so silly, but like at the time where like everything felt so massive because life was A, really boring sometimes, and B, like you felt like you had no control over anything, your future, and so it was just one of those things where like I think all of that stress went into that one moment, but it was some PR, so.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I mean, yeah, the COVID pandemic time, granted, I was deployed, so I had a different experience, but like being locked in with somebody 24/7, that's going to be a huge adjustment, you know, quarantine or not. Like, even when I first moved in with my wife, when we were dating, that was a huge adjustment. And
you learn a lot about people.
you really do. And conflict resolution is a very big thing, and it's a great skill to have, because if not, then you just got to kind of like either sweeping stuff under the rug, or you end up fighting all the time. And,
Exactly.
And so having that ability to be able to talk to your person that you're living with and discuss those things that piss you off about them, it's good. It's good to have. It's a good skill.
Yeah, it was a huge learning experience, I think, for both of us. I'm very grateful for it. And that run forever is now a funny memory for me. But at the time, it was like it was like it was so funny because I was like, I remember feeling so mad at her.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be feeling this angry, but like, how dare she, like, question my locking skills?
Right.
But, like, and, like, a month ago, we got dinner, and I was, like, definitely, like, by the way, like, I definitely didn't fully lock it. Sorry.
And well, she made sure that it was.
Exactly. She kept us safe.
There you go. There you go. Kept all your stuff safe at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Are you working like with any of those like hand strengtheners to maybe get your strength a little bit up so you don't have that problem anymore?
I lift weights sometimes, and like and like sometimes I'll be like, I probably could like lift heavier if I was able to like really grab on. But I really don't feel like doing those like hanging things that people do.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds like really hard. I'm like, maybe we all have our things,
We do.
The apartment I live in now, I can lock it just fine. So no issues.
You're safe. Your dog's safe. Everything's
Exactly.
good. Yeah. Amazing.
Well, he barks, actually.
Oh,
He
well,
sounds
there you go.
very ferocious at the door,
Yeah.
which is really embarrassing. But
Well, he's just a small little dog, right?
yeah, he's a corgi.
Little
So.
corgi. Yeah, it's an adorable dog. What's your dog's name again?
Sourdough.
Sourdough. Oh, that's perfect for a corgi, Luke.
Yeah, loaf of bread. He's a very sweet man, but anytime he hears anyone in the hall, he gets very excited about it.
Yeah,
And he wants to tell them.
Just saying hi. Yeah. No, that's nice. I love that. Yeah. Corgis are cute. Yeah. All right. Number 4 is done. You finished the whole thing. You finished all of them, which is very impressive.
I'm very proud. Yeah, almost.
Look, for someone who doesn't drink bourbon, you have made it further along than, at least finished all of them. Better than some people who actually do enjoy bourbon. So,
Committed. Committed a bit.
mad props to you for that. Yeah. But on to the last one.
Okay.
And this is my favorite bourbon currently. It is Blanton's Small Batch. It is a 93 proof, so we're going back down.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, cheers to the last one.
Cheers.
Flavor profile for this one is vanilla, citrus, butterscotch, honey, caramel, nutmeg, and baking spices.
Ooh, that is really nice.
Yeah, right?
That's so much nicer.
You can see why
Is
it's
that
my
okay
favorite.
to say?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm very biased towards this one.
This one's very nice. Yeah, and I like the bottle too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very artistic.
It is. It's a beautiful bottle. It's got the horse running up there. It's a series. So you can see up here, there's all different characters throughout a scene, it's basically the horses starting from a standstill to a run to crossing the finish line with the rider's hand in the air.
I love it when people think about things like that.
Yeah, it's very cool. So 8 bottle tops, and they each have a letter. So you see this one here is an A, and it spells out Blanton's on all 8.
See, where was that, like, on career day? Finding, like, really cool bourbon bottles.
Yeah. I feel like you had to be, like, some sort of artist. Like, clearly a metalworks artist came up with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have really that smartness developed, but I appreciate it strongly.
Are you an artistic person?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like that was clear from the tornado stuff.
yeah. I feel you went very sciencey, not very like artsy.
But like
that's
then
fine.
became like a non-sciencey person, just like an appreciator of that too. No, I'm not. No music. My boyfriend said I'm probably tone deaf, but that's his opinion, not mine. Can't draw a thing.
Okay.
Can't even visualize like how to draw things.
Yeah.
Terrible at telestrations, but love to play.
Okay.
But yeah, no, there's actually no redemption at the end of that. That's pretty much called art.
A dancer, and that's an art in itself.
Yes.
So
I mean, I wasn't great, but I do like to move to music.
That's okay.
That's appreciating music from a slightly artistic place.
There you go. See, there is a little bit in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Fifth and final question. So we're recording this 8 days from the Cherry Blossom 10-mile race, which you are one of this year's ambassadors.
Yes.
How has your time as an ambassador been?
Wow. I was thinking about this morning when my alarm went off at 5:30 and I thought it was a mistake.
Fair.
It's exceeded everything I thought it would be. I think I've been spoiled. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone's done such an amazing job of showing how dedicated the Cherry Blossom team is, because it's all volunteer, which is like bananas when you look at like the quality and the execution of everything.
Yeah.
And I like could not be more thrilled to represent it, but also be a part of it and like meet everyone who does the behind the scenes and all the things you don't even think about when you show up to a race that takes so much time and work and energy.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, everyone's been like so amazing, and I'm so glad I've gotten to see this side of the race after running it for the first time last year. And then God, I would love to be a part of like more in a different way next year, because it's just like it's so complicated and it takes like a group effort, but also like clearly a lot of love too.
Yes.
And I think I've felt that, and I just feel really lucky. And I feel like I've met the most amazing people. The other ambassadors are so cool. I feel like I've learned a lot from them too.
Yeah. No, your ambassador class this year, they're a bunch of great people. Just incredible athletes, incredible at social media. But you too. You are incredible at social media. I've been watching your videos, all your running videos as you're going through Rock Creek Park. You did a trail run recently.
Yeah.
You did an entire video in Welsh during one of your runs. Did every single mile in Welsh. I mean, you're killing it out here. It's amazing to see.
Thank you. The Welsh video was like a challenge I wanted to do, and like when I first had the idea, it sounded like so great, because I do running vlogs and I like doing that because those are the kinds of things I watch when I don't want to run. Sometimes watching someone else go for a run where they're like, ew, like I don't want to do this, then they do it and they're like, oh, I feel like so much better, and like it was rough at this mile, but then like I felt great and I saw the cutest dog, and then like it was, and I feel great now, and so I like that content, so I make that content. But when it was St. David's Day, which is the patron saint of Wales, who doesn't get nearly enough recognition, by the way. Everyone's so excited about St. Patrick here, which arguably he could be Welsh. He may have been born in Wales.
Okay.
Fun fact. But because there's a lot of Irish people in the US, of course, but there's Welsh people too, and you don't see St. David. No one's partying for him. He was sober and a vegan, so... That's
I don't know.
probably
Yeah.
why.
Okay. So I don't know what we're gonna party about with a sober vegan.
I think he also like ate like a lot of leeks, which is our national vegetable. So it's like on top, we're just stacking.
Yeah, you're not making a good case.
The
for,
marketing's awesome.
Yeah. No, what are we gonna do? Just eat a bunch of leeks on
Pretty much.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass on that one. I'm
Exactly.
sorry. Yeah.
But for that, I was like, okay, like, maybe I just try doing it in Welsh. And I knew I was going to need help. So I reached out to my cousin, Emma,
Yeah.
who was lovely. And I was like, trying to do this. I'm not remotely in a place where I can like write this and it be grammatically correct, much less like get all the pronunciation right by myself.
Yeah.
Could I send you what I want to say and then maybe you translate? And like then I try and read it and then you tell me where I'm doing a bad job. And of course, like, my family, like, speaks English, but I have some family members who are fluent, or I would say they're fluent, and they're probably like, no, because I didn't, not a native speaker. But, like, she, in, like, 2 seconds, sends back the whole thing I sent in Welsh. And I was like...
Wow.
And then she was like, do you want me to, like, read it? So then you have, like, a reference of, like, what it's supposed to sound like. And I was like, yes. And she did that, and then I practiced a lot. And I was not prepared for, like, obviously, like, I say, like, whatever mile I'm at throughout the thing. And the word for miles in Welsh is so difficult because, well, it's spelled, like, Milliltir.
Okay.
But the problem is the double L in Welsh is a separate letter. Mm-hmm. And it's... I need water before I... And it's, like, the sound is made by putting, like, the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth.
Okay.
And then just kind of blowing out. So, like, a sound.
Okay.
So, putting that in the beginning of a word,
Sure.
like saying a town name like Llandudno, fine.
Okay.
Putting it in the middle of the word was not something I was prepared for in the same way. And so, it was, like, I was trying to read through and, like, I was, like, doing better with certain parts. And then... like, the thing I was going to say the most, all of a sudden I was like, it was coming out like French and like in a like weird guttural way. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I know what this is supposed to sound like, but it's like not happening. And like, I listened to her video. Sounds effortless. Sounds great.
Right.
And I'm like, what's like wrong?
My mouth is not doing the right
and I'm like doing like the voice note, and she can hear like this like thought coming out as I'm like, this is like, what is happening? Like, I just can't get it. So she helped me and quite a bit with that, which I couldn't have done it without her. So that was really, really nice.
That's
and
nice.
It was fun to like, cause she lives so far away. So I only see my family like once every like 3 years. And so it was nice to be able to like have something we were like talking about and trying to work on. But yeah, that was quite the thing. But yeah, she was very sweet about it.
Nice. Yeah. No. Well, your social media game on point.
you.
So, and which is great because that's what you have to do as an ambassador is be out here on social media talking about the race, which, like I said, it's in 8 days. Well, actually, might be in 7 if you're doing the 5K.
I'm not. I'm cheering.
You're cheering the 5K.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone else is doing the double blossom, and I feel like I should have thought about that before just doing the 10 miler.
Yeah.
And I'm like. Okay, in some ways I don't regret it because I've done that before for a different race where they had like a 5K and then it was a half marathon the next day.
Sure.
But that 5K was like in the evening before. Yeah. That is not enough time to like recover. Yeah. And it was so hard and I had such a tough time.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. But then now looking back, the 5K is like in the morning. Like that's a full 24 hours of recovery. So I probably could have done it. And will I be sad when I have like less medals? Maybe. But I'm excited that I get to cheer for everybody and be that person. Yeah. Because it is fun to cheer as well.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. And this year's 5K course is out in Virginia, out in Pentagon City.
Yeah.
So I feel like having more people out there to cheer because Pentagon City is its own little neighborhood, and we don't really get the DC crowd to cross the Potomac.
It takes a lot to get DC people to cross the river.
So the more people out there cheering, the better, in my opinion, especially this year.
And I have empathy for that. I lived in Clarendon for a couple of years, and Yeah, convincing your friends in DC to come see you, even though like metro-wise it takes the same amount of time as like another part was like, well, why would I do that? And you're like,
Yeah. No. Do I got to bring my passport?
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for the 10 mile, what are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh. I think. Okay, I'm really excited that everyone that I've met along the way of doing this, plus like my old roommate Laura is going to be doing it.
Nice.
I'm really excited about that. It's her first time doing the 10 miler. And I have some friends cheering. So I think like all of that coming together will be really exciting. I think it's going to be a really good crowd. Like I feel like I've felt a lot of hype going into this.
That's awesome.
And I think also taking a shower after is always like the most satisfying, like it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably those. Ooh, and wearing my new race shoes, which I haven't worn yet.
Which ones are they?
They're the Mega Blast.
Okay.
And I'm really excited.
Yeah. No, those shoes are amazing. Yeah, I have every version of Asics. Nova Blast, Mega Blast, Super Blast. I'm racing, I think, this year in the Tokyo Meta Speeds. I don't know.
Those are cool looking.
Yeah,
I like those.
So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
I feel like I got very lucky where Cherry Blossom partners with Asics, and I remember like when I got the call that I was going to be an ambassador, they're like, and just like so you know, like we partner with Asics, and I was like, don't worry, I love Asics, thank you. Exclusively.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I wore the Super Blast at the Berlin Marathon.
Oh, nice.
And they were the same color, like the dark blue, which kind of matched like the vibe of the race. And I was like, yes,
very cool.
This was purposeful.
Yeah, which we didn't really get into your marathon history.
It's a short list.
Berlin and London, yeah?
No, New York. And Rehoboth.
Okay.
Which is not a world major, but also was the first one I did.
Nice.
And I did that with my mom. I think we were both crossed the finish line. We're like, thank God that's over.
Yeah.
Never doing that again. That was so hard.
And you've done 2 more since.
I know. It's funny how that works. It must be like childbirth, you know?
Yeah.
Where like your body is traumatized and you're like, never again. And then later on in life, you're like, you've forgotten about it. Yeah. It's like the pain receptors.
Exactly. I love that. Circle. Love that tie-in. Look what you did. Oh, that is amazing.
They're just like, it takes a while for them to kick in.
Exactly.
Because I know immediately after every race I finish, I'm like, I don't think I like running.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I really do. Mm-hmm. So with Cherry Blossom coming to an end, so when this episode comes out, it actually will have, we've already have run the race.
And I probably won. Mm-hmm.
You probably did. Yeah. Well, first, let me go back to this question. Are you racing or are you party pacing?
I'm racing against myself from last year.
Yeah.
But that's the only person I'm racing against.
No, yeah.
Last year, I think I was like, if I could do it in under 90 minutes, I'll be happy.
Okay.
And I did it in like 89, 50.
Oh, nice. Hey, you still, 1 second or 1 minute, you still did it.
It's all the same.
Exactly.
And so I'm like, if I can beat that, so essentially 90 minutes, I think that will be fine with me.
Okay. Very cool. Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then looking forward, what do you have on the rest of your race schedule for this year?
I am doing the National Women's Half.
Okay.
I did that last year.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I'm doing Race the Perimeter. Ambassador Emily roped me into that one.
Okay. So is there a team? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
I would not do it by myself. I think it's like 47 miles or something.
Yeah. It is 47 miles.
Not for me.
Okay.
But we are doing that with a few other people. I'm really excited for that. I'm pretty sure she asked me if I wanted to do it, and I like looked into it, and I was like, yeah, it sounds fun. And then it was like after I like said yes, she was like, we're racing it, by the way. And I was like, yes.
Okay, you got it.
All right. And I was like, okay.
You just gotta think back and channel that argument with Laura, and then you're just like cooking through the whole race. There you go.
I can lock doors. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta bring up the things that you're sensitive about.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, trauma is a great motivator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. And then I think that it opens on Monday or Tuesday, Marine Corps.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of doing that because it would be really nice to run a marathon that I don't have to travel for.
No.
And I'm going to blame like all the reasons why I haven't done sub 4 yet on the fact that I had to travel.
You had to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might as well do your home marathon. I think it's a great thing to do. And waking up, going to bed in your own bed.
Yeah.
Waking up in your own bed.
Right.
Getting to go home immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Just takes all the stress out of everything else besides the race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a good night of sleep before a marathon ever. And I know that's not going to change with doing it here.
Yeah.
But at least it's familiar.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll get like a whole 40 minutes before. Because I feel like that's usually where I land.
That is...
You don't like toss and turn and think and have like little mini dreams about like missing the whole thing.
I mean, I guess when I was younger and I was your age, like I did have stress dreams about like sleeping through my alarm, not waking up in time, this and this and that. But I'm an old man now, Katie. Those things just don't stress me out anymore. If I miss the race, I'll be sad, but you know, there'll be another one.
That's a good attitude. That's healthy.
Yeah. And I mean, we live in a great area where there's races going on from last weekend until probably the end of September.
Literally all the time. Yeah.
So I'll find a way to get this training block, some use out of this training block. So, yeah.
I think an issue with like doing world majors is the money part.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like if I'm not, it's okay. I spend a lot of time training, but you know, I enjoy running, so I'm not like, ugh, I can't believe I spent all that time running. Like I'm never gonna say that.
Right.
But with the cost.
No, you have a point there. And if it was a major, which I have one later this year, but if it was a major, I would be a little more stressed about not waking up in time.
Which one are you doing?
Sydney.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I hear that's very fun.
I hear it's very fun. I also hear it's very hilly.
Yeah.
So, today's run, I said I did 9 miles. One of them was straight up Massachusetts, and that was a mile long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're training.
Yeah,
You're ready
doing
for
some
them.
training a little early, but I will be doing lots of hills this summer, which I'm not looking forward to.
It's necessary. I feel like I get that with going on the trails. Like I did a trail run yesterday. My hip flexors today were so sore, and like when I was standing around the mall and like doing little like runs with Stumpy, I was like, "What's like happening right now? Why am I so sore?" And I'm like, "Oh, because like I was like half hiking, half running yesterday for fun."
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Luckily, I bought the Normatec boots with the hip attachment also.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
Before we know it, it's gonna be like Iron Man, like full.
Oh, full body. Yeah. I'm already looking at like they have a shoulder version for.
That's important because I feel like
gym and also for long runs. You just a lot of tension.
I get stressed.
Exactly. And then I also want to I need a new like massage gun also. So
those are key.
Yeah. I'm working on getting those.
Yeah. And see, the problem with running is everyone's like, well, you just put on shoes and you go. Maybe you spend money on the shoes because you want to take care of your feet. No. Actually, you'll buy a lot of stuff.
You will buy a lot of stuff if you become a runner.
Yeah. Nothing's cheap anymore. No. And if people keep making better medals for races that I've never considered before, but then I saw the medal and I was like, absolutely. Or if they're going to make cute outfits or it's going to be a themed race, like I'm going to keep spending money.
Which, going back to your love of Asics and Cherry Blossom, they're partnering with Bandit for an exclusive Cherry Blossom drop that's coming to DC this week. So prepare your wallets. Yeah, I know.
I will be purchasing.
Yep.
I don't even know what it looks like, and I know I will be.
Well, you have to. Yeah. Yeah, last year I was at the expo. I was not planning on buying anything, and Asics had a hat with cool cherry blossom design on the side. I was like, well, I have to have that.
I got a tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't cheap, but I wear it a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I wear my hat all the time.
Yeah.
Especially now that it's going to be all hot and sunny.
Yes.
Got to protect the dome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And having a good hat is important. It's nice and cool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't have a lot of hair to protect my skin, so
That's
I
fair.
use hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
Exactly. All right, Katie. Which one was your favorite?
I have to go with
The Blandons.
Yeah, that was nice.
Right? Yeah, it's a great way to end it, too. It's nice and sweet and smooth and just a perfect ending to a wonderful day.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
were fantastic. I'm actually so shocked I was able to do this.
No, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Like I said, you've finished more than other people have, which is awesome.
Great.
Yeah. And, you know, your boyfriend and you can now enjoy bourbon together.
He's gonna really like quote you on that when he's like, "Do you want one?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "But remember, you like it now."
Yes, you like it. You love it. Yeah. Yeah, you have more options to explore. A whole world of bourbon out there for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And just-
I mean, if they're more like that, I'll be fine. I have a feeling this is like not like cheap.
It's not... Okay, so there are bottles out there that are like thousands of dollars.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Like there are ones that are so rare, it's hard to get your hands on. As you can see up here, I have multiple up here. This row and this one and that
Okay.
one. They're not... They're affordable, I would say. In the terms of bourbon, in the bourbon world, that's not bad.
Really?
They, they can be a little hard to find sometimes, and some stores do mark up the price, but
Okay.
you can
But it's
find
like
it. You
pretty
can find it reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good
Exactly.
to know. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything you want to talk about before we go?
What do I want to talk about?
Actually, you know what? Let me ask you this. Where can people follow your journey online?
Ooh, okay. I am on Instagram, Katie_Dallimore. I am on TikTok, Katie Dallimore. Very different. I also sometimes post on YouTube, Katie Dallimore. I did like actual weekly vlogs of my Berlin Marathon training, and I feel like I'll do that again if I end up doing Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's more in depth,
Yeah.
and who doesn't want to see the horizontal version of everything I do?
Right, exactly. No,
Exactly.
That's very cool. Amazing, Katie. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for trying out these bourbons. I hope you walk away with a little more appreciation. And
Absolutely. It went from zero to real appreciation.
okay, I love that. I love that. All right, and to everybody at home, make sure you go and follow Katie on her social medias, follow her journey and her potential next marathon training for Marine Corps, and like and subscribe here at the After Run Bourbon Club. We're also on Instagram. We are on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music and on YouTube. So you can catch us everywhere there is a podcast. And we really appreciate your support, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.